You shared that some men go years without meaningful touch. So, what was the moment that made you realize that this is kind of a rare thing? Oh, and I'm sorry, that it wasn't rare, that it's really a widespread issue that you needed to, I guess, explore further.
This goes into my looking for support. I thought, oh, I'll Google and look and see if I can find some other brothers that have been out here helping a brother come from, chronically undertouched state to a more balanced touch state. And I figured it'd be some book or workshop or someone has been thinking about this I could find it on Google. And I think when I started looking with the pressure of a young man that desperately needed my support, the level of crickets that came up was eerie. And this felt when I kind of noticed it on Google, I reflected on my entire life. And you know what? I grew up and I saw Michael Jordan backwards dunking on folks. I saw Mike Tyson knocking folks out. I have, all these examples of black athleticism and dominance, which is nothing wrong with being athletic, but I saw, wow, what an absence of tender behavior, modeled, celebrated, centered for me. And so when I started to reflect, I was like, snap, this is something that's beyond my problem right now with this brother here, and I don't want to move past this problem without trying to really answer the question, because it felt like one of the most nourishing things I did to myself previously before this brother's mentor I'm mentoring needed the support around this. That I was like, it was so challenging for me to find my own touch plan. And I was really gifted and blessed with some people around me that really hold space. But that knowing that I can't just move on with my life or this mentorship program unless we really spend some time thinking about it. So I could tell by the lack of resources that was available and how easeful the violence, aggression, hypersexualization of black bodies was so readily available. So that contrast was the first step of like, this is something that is a problem for the whole United States.
Hmm. Hmm. And I guess because that's a word that really hasn't been used before, like under touch. So for people that are listening or will listen, what does that mean? If you can.
Right. So there's probably numbers, the human body needs 4 or 5 hugs a day. All those little posts and research is done. But what we find is that we find this as a theme. Unfortunately, anyone in a more civilized or advanced culture, as we get full of our lives, we actually are, as a culture outside of black men, are just
Mm.
under touch.